Amazing to hear how in these incredibly difficult circumstances, Scouting was both continued as a program for young people and also how you stepped up to local communities. So Diana, I heard Scouts de Argentina organized a major national plan for Scout volunteering. Could you maybe tell us a bit more about that?
Yes, for sure. Thank you. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me to be here with all of you. And let me tell you that the current situation in Argentina is critical. We have a very weak economy normally, and nowadays with this global crisis is even worse. The lockdown situation, the informal work that many people have, and the ones who are losing their jobs nowadays make the scenario very difficult for the society in general. So in this context, it makes us to take action as a scout. We have been working in Scout of Argentina in the most vulnerable contexts during the last years, and nowadays we are more commitment than ever. In that sense, we open the doors of our scout groups on weekends to get meals to the people in need. We give lunch, dinners during Saturday and Sundays in general. Up to now, we started this project with this national project in May. We have 160 scout groups around the country that are giving this service. We distribute 142,000 of meals up to now, 40,000 boxes with food for big families. And we are in totally 7,000 scout volunteers working on this around the country. Apart from the meals assistance that we are working on, we are also working on the national campaigns to collect donation of warm clothes, because as you probably know, in Argentina we are in winter, and the winter is very difficult here as well. And also we are in a big campaign with related to blood donation coordination, because, well, the health is an issue here, and because of the lockdown situation, it's complicated to find some blood donations people. Because of all of these actions that Scout of Argentina is doing, the president of the nation and the Minister of Social Development and the Minister of Education of Argentina approached to us directly to support and to congratulate our association because of the work that we are doing nowadays. And so that makes us a very big support to continue with our work, and the support from the government in the national level, local level, and provinces level. That is also very important for us. Apart from the alliances that we are doing with many social organizations in general, we are working very close with the Red Cross Argentina, and the both organizations, the Red Cross and Scout of Argentina, are the ones who are on the stage of the social services in my country nowadays. So we are very happy about that.
Thank you, Diana. Really good to hear how Scouting stepped up to the moment and with cooperation from so many organizations in the community as well. So going back to Diana, repeating the question once more, can you tell us a bit more about the challenges you faced and what you learned out of that?
Yeah, for sure. Well, communication is always super important for everyone. And when you are living in a very changing context, it's very difficult and frustrated sometimes to communicate something in a clear way when it has many last-minute changes. You know, in Argentina, we are many scouts. There are many volunteers involved, and the communications are sometimes in one way. When we have a very changing context, it's so difficult to be clear and to have the last word at some points. And when we talk about challenges, definitely we need to talk about the financial crisis that we are facing in the organization. In Argentina, we start with the Scout activities in March, April. So the membership of the government, the membership didn't pay the fee yet. And in that sense, we were in a very financial crisis as in an organization point of view. But because of the National Volunteer Plan, the government and the president itself decided to help the organization, paying half of the salaries of our staff members, just to support the organization to go through this financial crisis, and in a way of saying thank you for all the work that Scout of Argentina is doing in the for the community in Argentina. So that was very helpful for us. The position of Scout in Argentina is very important at the government point of view, and they are supporting us a lot in this point of view as well.
Thank you, Daiana. It was very inspiring listening to what you said and how Scouts in Argentina coped with that. And it was also really great that you got such a good recognition from your government. Let's do a quick round, okay? So please keep your answers brief as we're running low on time. So this slot will give you the opportunity to highlight one thing you feel WASM can do in the future to support your NSO and NSOs all around the world in adapting to this new normal. So Daiana, would you like to go first? Oh.
Yeah, done. Yeah, thank you. Well, when we have to think about what WASM can do in these scenarios. For example, in Argentina, the pandemic started a little bit late than in Asia or in Europe. So we have the opportunity to look at the organization in both regions, just to check what was the different activities that they did related to the pandemic and how they face this situation. So in that sense, maybe WASM can be the channel through where we can share the best practices and experiences of the different countries and how they are facing this situation in program point of view, in services point of view, and in many phases. And like to summarize initiatives so we can adapt them to our reality and to have more background to know how to react to this kind of situation that is new for everyone, for sure.
Thank you, Daiana.